Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we will see how we can secure our EC2 instance and use the Bastion host to access it. So, as you can see in the diagram, we will have our main server in private subnet. So, in this case, only the private IP will be allocated to this VM, and our Bastion host will be in public subnet. It will have a public IP and a private IP. We will enable the SH connection, and we will, in the security group settings of EC2 instance, we will only allow the Bastion host security group to have the access. Okay, and we will allow our IP to do it. So only our IP can access it. So for this purpose, I will allow everything for now, but you can use in production environments your own single static IP. Okay, let's jump right in. First, we need to create a VPC. Click on create VPC, and I will go with this option. Okay, so what I want here is I will name it Bastion project. Okay, this will be the CIDR for me. I don't want it. Okay, and let's make it only one. Okay, number of public subnets will be one. Yes, that's fine. Number of private subnets will be one. Yes, that's totally fine. NAT gateway. Currently, I'm not using NAT gateway. Okay, and I also don't want the S3 gateway as well. Okay, and additional settings, that is fine. Okay, so it's getting created. Okay, it's done. Right. All right, team. So as we can see, our VPC is created. Now we need to check how we can assign Bastion host to a public subnet and use a private VM in a private subnet. Okay. And as you can see, when we configured this, it also created a NAT gateway. Okay. And let's do one thing now. We will go to our EC2 instance now. Okay. We will launch an instance. I will name it Bastion. I'm using T2 Micro, continuing with Ubuntu, and I will create a new key. Bastion host. Okay. Let's create it. It's saved. Creating a security. So in production environment, make sure you are only allowing your IP. So because it's a test environment, so I will continue with anyway. Okay, I don't need to enable anything because we are not testing any web server or anything. Okay, and rest will be default. Just make sure you edit the VPC here. We will select our VPC and it will be in public subnet. Okay, just make sure it's public, not private. Okay, and we want to assign it a public IP. This is done. Okay, I will name it Bastion. Okay, rest of the things are same. Okay, I will click on launch and this will launch. Okay, so another thing that I will do is I will create VM1 now. Again, Ubuntu. Rest of the things will be same. I will create a different key pair for this. Okay, I will name it VM1. Okay, it's done. Okay, again we need to edit it. Continue with Bastion. Make sure you select private subnet here, and like because it's private, we are not assigning the public IP. Okay, and we will name it VM. Okay, and here's the tricky part. Like when we are allowing it like from SSH, what we will do, we will choose custom and we will select the security group. Okay, we will select the Bastion because this was the recent like security group that we created for the Bastion. So only Bastion security group can access it. Okay, and we will click on launch. All right. So I'm assuming our instance is ready. All right. So now we will connect to our instance using SSH. So this is the public IP, and I'm using MOBA Extreme here for connecting with SSH. Okay. This is the public IP, and as we know, for like Ubuntu OS by default username is Ubuntu, and I'm selecting the private key here. This is my private key, and I will name it Bastion. Let's click on OK, and let's try to connect. Okay, we are connected, right? Let's see if internet, obviously internet will work for this. Okay, so now our next step is to connect to our private instance. The key part here is we have to import our private key to this Bastion host, and we will connect using the private IP. Okay, so let's go back and we will open our key here. This is our key. open with Notepad. I will copy this. Okay, and I will create sudo vim vm1.pem. Okay, and I will paste it. I will click escape colon wq. This will save it. Next part is we have to make sure that we are assigning it the right permissions. Only right permissions should be given. Okay, chmod 400 and vm1 pem. Okay, now we will connect using ssh dash I will specify the key, and then Ubuntu is username for that one as well. And now we will see what's the private IP of our VM. This is the VM and this is the private. As you can see, no public IP is assigned, right? So we are connecting it with using private IP. We will paste it and we will click enter and we will click yes. Okay, I might need to use sudo here. Click on yes. Okay, so as you can see, we are connected to this, right? So if you check, this is the private IP of our instance and we are inside this instance. Like, let me compare this with different Bastion host, which has a different IP, right? Yes. So this is how you can connect to this. And currently we haven't configured uh, internet for this and no net is enabled. So that's why internet will not work on this. Okay. So I will create a separate video how we can use the net and define route tables to give internet access to this instance securely. Okay. So that's all for this video. I hope you got to know what are the key components and how you can create a secure connection to your instance. Okay. So that's all for this video. Thank you.